on, fantasy football fanatics? Welcome back to Four Corners of the Galley. I'm GMG, and I'm here to start you off for Week 4 of Fantasy Football Advice with Coach PBO. Alright, folks, so Week 3 was interesting. Lots of stuff happened. Tons of injuries. Tons of quarterbacks changing out and teams getting upset. But we move forward, folks. And remember, we're on to Week 4, then that starts the bye week. So we have two teams on bye. You got the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Redskins. Both do not play, so make sure you take all those players out. The coach is going to catch you on the other side with all the players that you do need to start and sit for quarterback, wide receiver, and tight end. But also, do note that this is the week of the rookies, folks. The top 4 quarterbacks drafted are all starting. You got Sam Darnold with the Jets, Baker Mayfield with the Cleveland Browns. You got Josh Rosen starting for the Arizona Cardinals, and Josh Allen starting for the Buffalo Bills. So lots of rookies out there, guys. Expect a lot of craziness. All right, let's kick it over to the coach, and let's get Week 4 started, guys. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Week 4. Coach PBO here to bring you all what you need for quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. Who to start and who to sit. All right, guys, let's kick it right off. Let's get into these quarterbacks. All right, so this week on my start list, I'm going with the Rook. Well, I don't know if he's a Rook, but you know he's the man, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. This kid is on fire. He's at Denver this week, but he's got 13 touchdowns and no interceptions. I don't care what you do with that boy needs to start every week. Along with him, I got Matty Ice, baby. Matt Ryan is back in full effect. Man, in the last 2 games, he got 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. That's old school Matty Ice. He's found some other people outside of Julio. Watch out, folks, because he's looking nice. He's at home versus Cincinnati. Along with that, I got Mr. Rivers. Phillip Rivers, not old man, but he's still Phillip. Yeah, Phillip Rivers. He's taking on them Niners at home. And poor Mr. Garoppolo, sorry to see you go, sir. You were having a great year, but them Niners are devastated without their star quarterback, and I just don't think they're going to have a lot to give to the Chargers this week, and the Chargers are going to roll right over them. All right, and then last but not least on my starts, I got Mr. Deshaun Watson. He's going to be at Indianapolis, folks, and he's just getting going. The last 2 games, he's got 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and over 695 yards throwing. That's not even running yet. So you know he's on pace. Him and Fuller and D-Hop have head up. You need to stick with freaking Watson this week, guys. All right, and my rising star at quarterback this week, folks, I'm going with the Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle. Yeah, that's right, folks. He's going against the the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, and I think the Red Rifle is going to be on fire once again. He's been on fire the last 2 weeks. He's inside a dome. He's going to keep all that momentum going, folks. He's been on point. All right. Now the coach got to tell quarterbacks to sit down this week. And this week I got a couple of doozies, folks. So here's my sit down for the week of quarterbacks. And that's right, folks. I'm hitting you with the big one. That's right, Tom Brady, folks. You see that name. You know why? Because who are his receivers? I don't know. We might get Josh Gordon. We don't know. Edelman's out. Half the other guys are out. He just lost Burkhead and 2 other running backs. I mean, he's just falling apart back there. Him and Gronk. I just don't feel good. You got those sneaky Dolphins 3-0 going up to Foxborough, and I think they might get him. And I don't think Brady going to have a good game. He might get 100 yards and a touchdown, but that's it, folks. And that ain't going to help you. And also my sit down is Mr. Mariota. Right now, the Tennessee Titans, they might be winning games, but that quarterback situation is all messed up. He can't properly throw the ball. Blake Bortles is out. The backup? You know, I can't think of his name right now, but he's all messed up. He got concussed last week. He ain't going to play. So if Marcus Mariota has to start, he's not going to be able to whip that ball around like you need him. So you need to sit him down and move on, folks. All right, guys. Now that we got the head quarterbacks out the way, let's head over to those divas and find out who we need to start sit there. Woo! Alright, guys, let's move on to these wide receivers for this week. And here's my top 4 for wide receivers this week. That's right, folks. I'm going with Mr. Antonio Brown. He's at home versus Baltimore. Now, he's caught a couple of touchdowns this year, but he really hasn't been productive. I think at home against one of his bitter rivals, this is when Antonio does Antonio things. I'm looking like over 150 and a touchdown, folks. Mark it on the board. Coach said it's going to happen. All right, along with him, I got Mr. Sammy Watkins. He might be jumping from team to team, but looks like he found a home with Mr. Mahomes. And you know him and them be looking real nice the last 2 games. Shoot, they've been handing the ball off to him. Kansas City, Andy Reid just loves having fast, tall guys that can do things with the ball. So he's going to make sure that Watkins gets all the love because he needs a little extra this week. Along with that, folks, we got Mr. Devontae Adams. All he does is catch touchdowns, folks. 3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. Him and Rodgers are on the same level, and you need to make sure you stick to him because he be just catching touchdowns, folks. Ain't nothing better than catching a touchdown. That's 6 points plus whatever he did. Roll that out. And last but not least, folks, probably the best wide receiver in football right now. Based on statistics and what he's doing, Michael Thomas is on fire. You don't even touch that button. You see Thomas, you just leave it alone. Put it there. Him and Drew Brees, done. Kamara, done. They looking nice. That man's, he's averaging like 150 yards a week. They can't stop him. He's on another level. Make sure you start him. All right. And my rising star for the Divas, we're going to get a little juice going, baby. That's right. Jarvis Landry for the Cleveland Browns taking on the Oakland Raiders. That's right, folks. You got Baker Mayfield in there, and I think him and Juice going to have a little connection going, and they're going to light up that Raider defense. They can't rush the passer. Baker Mayfield can get out, and I think Baker going to show them Raiders how good he really is. And Cleveland Browns pick up that second win, and there goes those Raiders to 0-4. You can mark it right there, folks. I said it. All right, guys. Now my sit-down Divas. Well, in the same game, I'm going with Amari Cooper. Him and Derek Carr have just not been on the same page, and he keeps dropping the ball every single time he gets an opportunity. Just right now, Mr. Cooper, you're going to need to sit down. You got Mr. Old Jordy Nelson out there running wild last week, over 175 yards receiving. I think him and Derek Carr got a little something going, and they're going to get it real going this week again. Plus, I know he's been on fire, and Miami looks nice. But the one thing that New England Patriots always do best, like I've been telling you every week, is to take away your best option. And what's the best option of the Dolphins? Well, that's going deep. And right now, they've been going deep to Kenny Stills a lot. So Belichick's going to make sure that he plays deep so he don't get beat deep. And Kenny Stills is going to get little things in the front, which ain't going to give you enough to make you feel good. So you need to sit him down too. All right? There you go, folks. All right, guys. Let's roll along to these running backs and get you rolling along for this week. Woo! All right, guys. Now let's get you your starters for running backs this week. Starting off the top, I got Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. That's right, he's taking on them Detroit Lions. Now I know that Cowboy offense has not been anything good to be with, but Ezekiel Elliott has been nothing but solid. And I'm telling you, that Lion defense, when they go against a real good running back, they're going to get shredded. I got 2 TDs that are coming out of Elliott this week. You'll see it, folks. Watch. Also go along with Mr. Elliott, I got Melvin Gordon III. He was looking real nice against that Ram defense last week. And that's the number 1 ranked defense. And he was looking real nice. So he's going against the Niners, who are all looking disheveled. You know Melvin Gordon's going to run wild this week, baby. Phil Rivers can chill because Gordon's going to take it to the house. All right. And then we got Mr. Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's been nothing but consistent for the Chicago Bears, who have been surprising ever since they took that steal of a trade for Khalil Mack. And Jordan Howard gets to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home, and the Bucs are one of the worst against the run. Jordan Howard gonna run. And last but not least, folks, we're going back to Oakland. And Carlos Hyde for those Cleveland Browns is gonna get you all the way, folks. Man, he's got 4 TDs this year. Can you believe that? The Browns got somebody really good. I mean, he's going back to the Bay to take on the team he really didn't like. So you know Carlos Hyde going to make sure he does good for them over there. I definitely think the Browns are going to take it this week. And my rising star at running back this week, folks, well, I got a little secret one for you. So maybe you go out and grab him if you still got him in your league. I got Mr. Chris Carson. It looks like the Seattle Seahawks have finally found their running back. Now, he did rush for 32 times for over 100 yards last week, but I think they're going to make sure that he gets that ball right. Because one thing that Pete Carroll loves is to run that rock. And when he gets a running back, he's going to run that rock. They're taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Arizona's one of the worst against the runs right now. That team is all messed up. So I say you go and put Mr. Chris Carson in there and get you another 100 yards and a touchdown, folks. All right. And my sit down this week for running backs, well, We're going to have to pick on the Jets, folks. Mr. Isaiah Crowell, we're going to need you to step up to the plate. I know you had 2 TDs last week against the Cleveland Browns. That was your ex-team. I know you got to get a little revenge against them. But now you're taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that Jaguar D don't play when it comes to running backs. They shut him down. Now, Bilal Powell, he might catch something out the backfield. But Isaiah Crowell, he's going to be trying to run up the middle, and they're just going to shut him down. He ain't going to get no TDs this week, folks. And also, let's go along with that, I got Mr. Peyton Barber. He started off so great, and you thought some good things were going to come out of this young rookie. But Tampa Bay has moved away from it. As long as Fitzmagic is running around trying to throw that ball everywhere, don't worry. Winston will be out. He'll throw 2 picks early, and they'll get Fitzmagic back in there. Peyton Barber ain't going to get much done against that Chicago Bears. That defense is now moved up to number 1. Khalil Mack has completely changed that team, and they are scary at home, folks. So watch out and sit down, Mr. Barber. All right, folks. Well, let's finish this week off tight. Let's get those tight ends going and get you going. All right, guys. Let's get you your start and sit for tight end this week. All right. So starting you off, well, I know I like to say I like to put Rob in last week, but I'm thinking I'm going to avoid a little Gronkowski for a little bit. But I'm going to go with Travis Kelce. That's just as bad as cheating. Him and Mahomes have been looking real nice. He's already got 2 touchdowns, 229 yards. Woo! Travis Kelce still looking amazing. You need to put him in, folks. Along with that, I got Jared Cook taking on those same Cleveland Browns at home. Now, the Browns might be a little better, but one thing they suck at is guarding those tight ends. And man, him and Carr have been on point all year. So make sure you put in Jared Cook because he's going to have a big week once again against those Browns. Along with that, I got Mr. Jimmy Graham. Him and Aaron have been getting better and better. And one thing Aaron does not do is lose twice. They're taking on the Buffalo Bills at home. I know the Buffalo snuck in and snuffed the Vikings, but Aaron going to let that ride. He's at home. I see a blowout, folks. Something in the 40s. Watch it. And last but not least, I got Will Dissly, folks, taking on those same Arizona Cardinals for the Seattle Seahawks, guys. Well, Arizona Cardinals defense is one of the worst. They also stink at guarding the tight end. And Will Dissly, outside of last week, has been on fire for Mr. Russell Wilson. 2 touchdowns, almost 200 yards receiving. You put him back in there, folks. Cardinals can't guard him. They're going to go wild. All right. And my rising star tight end this week, folks, I got Mr. Austin Hooper for the Atlanta Falcons taking on your Cincinnati Bengals at home. Him and Matt Ryan been looking real nice. He's going to need a little more option because now they figured out that Calvin really can catch that ball and run. So now he's going to have to spread that ball around. And I think Matty Ice is going to definitely get Hooper some love this week. All right, folks. Here's my sit down for the week. So my sit downs for tight end this week, sorry to say, but Mr. George Kittle, please step up to the plate and go sit down. You just lost Mr. Jimmy G, and I know that's going to hurt because he looked for you all the time. And that's definitely going to hurt the way that they play in San Francisco. They're taking on those Los Angeles Chargers, and I think that Mr. Kittle is just not going to be the same without Jimmy G. And then, last but not least, I got Rhett Elson. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name, sir. You came out of nowhere. And the reason you started is because Evan Ingram is out, and he's out for a while. And I know that Eli loves his tight ends. And I know you caught one last week, but you take it on them Saints, and they got way better with them linebackers. And I don't think you get in there. Odell, yeah, he might get a touchdown. But the tight end, sit him down, folks. All right, guys. So there's your week 4 start and sit at quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and tight end. Come back next week and check out the coach because I got brand new ones. Woo! Let's go, guys. Get them.